Why is my own life like this? I pray, I fast, I read. Why do I keep failing in all life endeavors? Nina asks herself in her quiet hostel dormitory. Nina is a quiet, devoted Christian girl at the University of Calabar in Cross River State, Nigeria. While she remains deeply committed to her faith, she can't help but notice how life seems harder for her compared to some of her classmates, especially the Runs girls, a group of girls in her department who have luxurious lifestyle funded by wealthy men. Two out of these happening girls stood out, Ada and Ife, the high-class babes of Unical. Ada and Ife lived a life of luxury that dazzled everyone on campus. Their days were filled with spontaneous trips to exotic locations, weekends in Dubai, vacations in Cape Town, and shopping sprees in Paris. They were regularly dropped off and picked up from campus in the latest Mercedes-Benz or Range Rover, making heads turn each time. Their Instagram feeds brimmed with photographs of glamorous dinners, designer clothes, and five-star hotels. Despite their frequent absence, disappearing weeks before exam for lavish getaways with wealthy benefactors, Ada and Ife always seemed to return just in time, ace their tests, and maintain top grades, while others struggled to balance study and life. They effortlessly glided through, their privileged lifestyle shielding them from the stresses that plagued their peers. These girls seemed to have everything Nina lacked: good grades, fashionable clothes, expensive gadgets, and relationships that appeared blissful. Nina, on the other hand, works multiple part-time jobs to pay her tuition, struggled with her coursework, and had yet to find a stable boyfriend. She was always in and out of relationships that tortured her emotions, whereas these non-runs girls had very solid relationships that were thriving. Her prayers to God often felt unanswered, and the disparity between her situation and theirs became a heavy burden on her soul. Nina's struggle with her faith started small. She felt overlooked and unappreciated despite her dedication to God. Her days consisted of studying, working, and attending church services, but nothing seemed to go in her favor. During one particular week, she failed a major exam, despite studying hard. To make matters worse, she lost her job at a small cafe when the business unexpectedly shut down. To Nina, it feels like God is ignoring her. At night, she cries herself to sleep, staring at the ceiling, praying silently, asking, "Why me? Why am I suffering when I'm trying so hard to do what's right?" Meanwhile, the reverse was the case for Ada and Ife, two of the most notorious runs girls in school. Though she never speaks ill of them, Nina silently wonders why God allows them to thrive, why she struggles to even pass her exams. Her envy turns into guilt, and she finds herself praying late into the night, asking God, "Why do you let them have everything, but leave me with nothing?" One day, after a particularly hard lecture, where Nina felt lost and overwhelmed, she stumbles upon Ife checking her results and jubilant. A perfect score on an exam Nina barely passed. This shattered Nina's composure, and she rushes into the nearest bathroom stall, breaking down crying. In her heart, she felt a deep confusion and a sense of abandonment by God. Why are those who live sinfully prospering, while she suffers despite her loyalty and devotion? Nina's frustration mounted. In class, she overhears girls discussing how Ife landed an internship with a major company thanks to her wealthy connections. Nina, who applied to the same internship through official channels, was rejected. Feeling defeated, she avoided going to church one Sunday and instead spends the day sulking in her dormitory room, spiraling into negative thought. Nina's frustration mounted up like eagle's wings. She isolated herself in her dorm room, consumed by thoughts of unfairness. Her grades slip even further, and the guilt of turning away from God begins to eat her. In a dramatic moment of doubt, Nina finds herself standing in front of a mirror, questioning everything she believes in. Nina looks at herself, worn out clothes, tired eyes from overworking, and empty prayers that seem to hit the ceiling and bounce back. She remembers a time when she used to pray confidently, knowing that God was watching over her. But now, all she felt was abandonment. In her loneliness, she contemplated joining the Ron Scales lifestyle just to escape the constant hardship. Her internal struggles becomes more intense as she feels like she's on the brink of giving up on her faith. Nina calls her mother late one night after avoiding her for weeks. Breaking down as soon as her mother answered the phone, she said, "Mom, I don't understand. I'm trying so hard to live right, to follow God, but everything is falling apart. And the girls who don't care about God, who live their life however they want, they are the ones who get everything. I wish I had. Why is life so unfair?" Her mother listened patiently, her tone warm and understanding. Then she responded with a lesson that changes Nina's perspective. "My darling girl, life isn't a competition of who's more faithful. God's love isn't something we earn, it's a gift, freely given to everyone. The same way God waited for you patiently to come to Him in repentance is the same way He's waiting for them to come to Him in repentance. His love, mercy, and forgiveness are available to all. You have to free yourself from the toxicity of comparison and envy. My dear, nobody has a monopoly of God's love, and no one's journey is the same. Ada and Ife may be thriving in their own way, but that's their path, not yours. God has a plan for you, and your success will come when you focus on your own strengths, your own journey, and most importantly, gratitude for what you already have." Nina's mother's words hit deep. She realizes she's been comparing her life to others, believing that their success meant that her own faith was lacking. But now she sees that God's love isn't selective and everyone's path is different. What she had been missing was gratitude and trust in her own journey. Her mother's words hit Nina hard, shaking her core. For the first time in weeks, Nina feels a sense of clarity. She had always seen God's love and blessing as something that was earned by living a righteous life only. The next morning, Nina wakes up with a sense of peace she hasn't felt in months. She goes about her day with a renewed spirit, no longer focused on what Ada or Ife had, but on her own growth. She starts making small changes, finding joy in her studies, volunteering at church again, and reconnecting with friends. Her focus shifted to being present and thankful for the blessings she already has. Ada announced that she was engaged to her wealthy boyfriend, whom she helped stand on his 2 feet in business through the proceeds of her Ron's business. And the department buzzed with both excitement and surprise. Everyone celebrated her, and ladies began to vie for the Aswebi position. As the months went by, Ada's wedding became the talk of the university, and Ife continued to thrive both academically and socially. But for the first time, Nina no longer felt envy or resentment. She sent Ada a heartfelt congratulation on her engagement, free from the bitterness that used to haunt her. One evening, Ada approached Nina unexpectedly in the library. Nina is startled at first, thinking Ada was coming to flaunt her success once more. But Ada's tone was sincere. "Nina, I just want to say thank you," Ada said softly. "I've always noticed how kind you are, even though I was a brat. You never judged me, and that's rare. I heard you prayed for Ife and I in your scripture union meeting. God bless you, Nina. Do you have time now? I'd like to hear about God and Jesus too." Nina was taken aback. Ada's gratitude and sudden interest in God left her speechless. And in that moment, Nina realizes how much she has grown. She no longer viewed Ada or Ife as competitors, but as fellow travelers on their own journey. She talked about God to Ada, and that was the starting point of Ada's Christian life. Nina couldn't stop smiling the entire time. She felt so fulfilled. By the end of the year, Nina found herself thriving in ways she never expected. Her grades improved as she let go of the pressure to be perfect. and she secured an internship by relying on her own talent, not connections. Her relationship with God deepened, and she starts to truly enjoy her university life, free from envy and comparison. Nina's story closes on a powerful note as she reflects on her journey. She finally understands that success isn't just about outward achievements, it's about finding peace in your own path, trusting in God's timing, and knowing that His love is limitless and available to everyone. Nina's final words echoed her mother's wisdom. God's love isn't something we earn, it's a gift, freely given to all of us, whether we realize it or not. When Nina stopped comparing herself to others and focused on her own journey, she found the freedom she had been searching for, and I advise you to do the same. Find your path and walk it. Did you enjoy this story? Kindly subscribe and turn on your post notification bell to be the first to know when another interesting story is made available. Tell me what you think about Nina's journey in the comment section. Recommend this story to any young girl or boy who feels like God has been unfair to them. Like and share so others will see the story and learn the lesson. Till the next story, story lovers, enjoy your day. Bye.